You know all those slick ads and fancy marketing campaigns for new motorcycles? Well, forget them. If you really want to get to the heart of a product, to understand its true identity, you got to go to the source. And today, that's exactly what we're doing. We're unlocking the Royal Enfield Hunter 350 by digging right into its official owner's manual. Trust me, there are secrets hiding in plain sight.
So, the very first thing the manual does, it's not a warning, it's not a legal disclaimer, it just welcomes you. Think about that. They're telling you this isn't just a bike you bought, it's a club you've joined. Right from page 1, it's not a transaction, it's an invitation into a family.
And boom, here it is, the bike's DNA, laid out right in the foreword. They promise a machine that's nimble, agile, fun, simple, easy to ride, and a modern classic. These are the key words, the core promise. This is the blueprint for the entire experience they want you to have. So, let's see if the rest of the manual backs it up.
All right, let's start with that welcome. Because as you'll see, this first section is way more than just a friendly hello. It's really a mission statement that sets the whole tone for what it's like to own this bike. Okay, check out the specific words they use here. They're talking about a brand new engine and frame, right? But the promise isn't about raw speed or aggressive power. It's about rideability and a refined experience. That tells you everything. This bike is designed to be smooth, user-friendly, and accessible. It's about blending modern engineering with that classic, easygoing Royal Enfield vibe.
So, this focus on the rider leads us right to the next section. Now, I know what you're thinking. The safety warnings, the part everyone skips, right? But the way they frame it here, it feels less like a boring list of rules and more like a handshake, a pact between you and the machine.
And they are not messing around with this pact. The manual defines its own terms with, zero ambiguity. A warning isn't just a helpful tip, it's a straight-up statement with serious consequences. It establishes this tone of mutual respect. They're saying, we built a safe bike, and now it's on you to ride it safely. Okay, now this is one of my favorite little details. This is how you know the manual isn't just generic legal text. Tucked away in the disclaimers is this super specific, super practical advice. They're not just telling you how to operate the bike, they're telling you how to preserve its unique character. It's a small thing, but it shows a real pride in the product.
And this clarity carries right over to the modern tech. Take the ABS, the anti-lock braking system. Instead of just saying it has ABS, the manual gives you a clear, simple guide. It shows you how to use it. When you feel that pulse in the brake lever, don't panic, that's the system working. It's the safety pact in action. Here's the tech, and here's how you actually make it work for you.
All right, now let's get to the fun stuff, the rider's point of view. This section is all about the controls and the instrument cluster. You know, your modern command center for this modern classic. So the instrument cluster is this perfect blend of old and new. Yeah, you've got your standard info, but then you get these really helpful modern features. A gear indicator? That's a lifesaver, especially for new riders. And an ego mode light that coaches you to ride more efficiently? That's just smart. It's not overwhelming, it's useful, which goes right back to that easy-to-ride promise. And check this out, another nod to the modern rider. A built-in USB port. It seems like a small feature, but it speaks volumes, right? They know this bike is for city commuting, where your phone is your map, your music, everything. It's a thoughtful touch that directly delivers on the modern part of the promise. Even something as basic as taking off the seat is broken down into these dead simple steps. 1, 2, 3. No frustrating fiddling. This just reinforces that fun and simple DNA. The manual isn't trying to intimidate you with technical jargon. It's a clear, helpful guide that wants you to succeed.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the numbers. But these technical specs aren't just boring data points. They are the recipe, the blueprint for how this bike actually feels when you're out on the road. This is the heart of the Hunter.
First up, 349cc. What does that actually mean? Well, think of it as the size of the engine's powerhouse. It's in this perfect sweet spot. It's big enough to feel satisfying and responsive, but not so big that it's intimidating or a pain to handle in traffic. It's built to be approachable. Next, we've got 20.2 brake horsepower. Now listen, that's not a super bike number, and it's not trying to be. This tells you the bike has more than enough punch to zip through city streets with a smile on your face, and it can still comfortably cruise on the highway. It's designed for the real world. And now for what might be the most important number for a city bike, 27 Newton meters of torque. Torque is that oomph, that pulling power you feel right off the line. This healthy number is exactly what gives the Hunter that promised nimble and agile feeling.
letting it jump away from a stoplight with confidence.
And here's the hardware that makes it all work. You've got a solid frame, good suspension, and that dual-channel ABS we talked about. All these pieces work together to create the physical foundation for that unmatched rideability they promised us right at the beginning. So we've seen the brand's promise, we've seen the safety pact, the modern controls, and the tech specs. When you put it all together, the manual has basically decoded the Hunter's real identity for us.
In the end, every single section of this manual, from that warm welcome to the detailed engine specs, it all points back to that core DNA. It paints a picture of a machine that was built on purpose, to be welcoming, fun, and modern, all while respecting the rider with clear guidance. And the manual ends on the absolute perfect note, not with a final warning, but with a call to action, an enthusiastic send-off. It's like they're saying, okay, the orientation is over, you have everything you need, now go have some fun. It's the perfect final instruction. You know, this whole journey through the Hunter's Manual really proves that these little booklets we usually just toss in a drawer, they're more than just instructions. They're a window into a product's soul. And it really leaves you with one big question. What secrets are hiding in plain sight on your own shelf, just waiting to be discovered?